Hi, this is Nara's Kimchi. Greetings from San Miguel de Allende, Mexico. So today we're going to make Gimmari. Gimmari literally means rolled seaweed, and this is the childhood favorite snack that my mom never made for me. So you can use noodle like this made with rice, or you can use the rice noodles made with sweet potato starch. And today I don't have tangmyeon, the sweet potato starch noodles, so I'm just going to use rice noodle. And this one says either boil for 30 seconds or soak in cold water for 10 minutes, which I did. So after 10 minutes, it gets very soft like this. And this noodle was already fully cooked, so you don't have to boil by any minute. It's already done, okay? Then two critical ingredients. In Korean traditional recipe, we don't use this at all because this is Vietnamese starch paper that's made with tapioca starch. But in this version, I'm gonna use this one because it makes it a lot easier. And gimmari, should not forget gim. Gim is dried seaweed sheets. So these are products from Korea, and each sheet looks like this. Nice green color. And thick, and so we will need about 2 sheets for this. So to cut these are a little too big to use right now, so I'm going to quarter them, and to quarter them I'll just use scissors. In Korean cooking we use scissors very often, much more often than knives maybe, so always have good kitchen scissors. So they look like this. So that's about the size that you really want. And it doesn't matter if they look even or not because individual will be what it is. First, let's season the noodles. And this is about 1 teaspoon or maybe just a little less teaspoon of sugar. Any kind of sugar is fine, brown sugar or white sugar, whichever you have. And for Korean cooking, the ratio is very important. If you used about 1 teaspoon of sugar, you will use 1 teaspoon of Korean soy sauce. It cannot be substituted with other soy sauces. Please try to buy very good quality Korean soy sauce. Then add a little bit of sesame oil. This one you will just use very little bit. So maybe 1/4 teaspoon, just for flavor. You don't want to add too much of it because this will be all will be fried at the end. And minced garlic, about equal amount or just a little less. Of course, in Korean cooking we use a lot of garlic on everything. So that's about it. It's already seasoned. You just need to mix a little bit like this, and it is done. You can go fancy and add the meat or onions, but I like to keep it really simple. For commercial gimmari as a street food, they don't usually put a whole lot of stuff, maybe onions, but today let's just keep it very simple and only use the noodles. If you're gluten intolerant, have celiac, or maybe wheat allergy, you could always use fish sauce like this. This is 3 Crab brand, which I use, and anything else is fine. And this tastes very similar to fragrant and flavorful Korean soy sauce, but it is completely gluten-free. Prepare a large plate like this, enough to house this a whole sheet of tapioca paper sheet or paper, and you will just rinse it like this. The water will be just room temperature. Don't use cold water or hot water, and this is totally fine like this. So here you will put a little bit of seaweed, then add the noodle here. Oh, this looks a little too much. Maybe put about this much. And let's roll it. There's no winning formula, but you do want to make sure that the edges are very well sealed so the oil doesn't get in it. Like this. So it looks very easy. Let's do another one now. put another one because first one is almost always a screw up one. And just put like a one bite size noodle. This time I'm going to put most of them here. I think that might work better. So after first fold, do the sides. And you roll it. Try to roll it as tight as possible. Because each one you get better and better. Yeah, this one already looks so much better than the first one. Joining us is Bacon, who will be assisting my cooking and tasting later too. Anyway, I forgot to add black pepper here. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but I do like the black pepper flavor, so I thought I would just add. Okay, let's make dipping sauce. Sauces are very important, that you don't want to use the wrong sauces. Here it's going to be a little bit of sweet and sour sauce, so just a bit of sugar. This is half teaspoon of sugar. And for salt, we're going to use 1 teaspoon. I don't want to make a lot of sauces here because I don't dip very much. It's too salty for me. And this will be about half teaspoon of, oops, that was a little too much. Half teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. Any kind of vinegar is fine, white vinegar is fine, but I like the flavor of apple. So that's about it. Then add a little bit of sesame seed. And for someone like me who doesn't like something too salty, I'm gonna add just a little bit of water here, just to dilute the sodium here. So that looks like what it is, and it's very simple. And again, you could always add some pepper flakes or onion slices or ground pepper. Just use whatever you have home. And that's about it. That is dipping sauce. Okay, frying time. Deep fried food is my absolute favorite. So I always have everything ready to fry these things safely. So when these turn golden brown like this, that's when it's done. You can fry it a little more, but I think that's gonna be a little too crispy for my braces. So let me just remove them right about now. And these guys, I add a little more, so they will take just a little bit more time. Bacon is getting very excited about this. Pretty good here. Okay, now we're gonna just eat these, and let me see what it looks like in the cut side. So you can see the noodles. You could just eat them like this, one whole thing, but I like to cut them. So let me get a taste. Just put a little bit of here, a little dipping sauce to go in the noodle. I'm ready to eat this. I took a little small bite size. The tapioca paper is really crispy. It's so easy to use without having to make a big messy flour batter. done. I'll give you something else.